Today is an extreme makeover. Here's a great example of real hair behind the chair. Our client comes in with the inspiration photo and then comes in, has really dark hair, and wants this flaming fireball red. How many of us know that clients do this all the time? Not knowing how long it takes, how much it's going to cost. In this video, I'm showing and demonstrating. In this case, she would like a little depth on her roots and everything to be really light, bright on the ends. So the first thing we did was go over what she was expecting, and then I told her what was possible, and we do all that through the client consultation. So the product that we're working with is some hair that's almost like a dark cherry brown, almost a light black. So we go in and we have to pre-lighten. A lot of clients do not recognize that this is the process it's going to take, so it's very important to be really clear that we will be pre-lightening with lightener. So that is bleaching the hair to the lightest we can get. I do under promise and over deliver with every client, because most of the time I cannot guarantee how much color I'm going to be able to get out of the hair. Most of the time we do not know what they've put in their hair. In this example, these are layers of different colors that were red, and then they were almost black, and then black with red in it. So you're gonna have a combination of colors that could leave a band on the hair as you're lightening. So sometimes you might have to even go in a second time to make it even. In this case, we were able to get it as light as possible. I did not promise white or pale yellow. I promised to get it as light as possible. Once we've done that one time, that's all I recommend, so that the integrity of the hair and the fiber of the hair is still in great condition, so that it receives the color and it will continue to keep and hold the color, because we didn't blast out the cuticles. She will end up with shiny, vibrant, beautiful fireball red. So I started down the center with MOHAWK parting, and I started from the crown and went forward of the face, because that's where I want it to sit the longest and be the lightest and brightest. In this case, the client has good integrity. No matter how many times she's colored her hair still is pretty strong and solid and healthy. So at this point, I am not hesitant to go in and go for it. So I went in with a lightener and used a 30 volume and got it as light as possible. Then I started with the MOHAWK parting from the crown going toward the face. I only folded the foil in half once, so that there's no lines that are being put through as the hair color is lightening. I think it's super important to use a good amount of product and to thoroughly saturate. And if you notice in this video, I place lightener underneath the hair and then lay the hair over top of it on the ends. And then I do a really thick coating, like you're putting icing on something, to make sure that the hair gets completely saturated. I keep moving forward of the face, continue to repeat the same pattern of applying the lightener on top of the foil, underneath, on top, and closing it only halfway. So I just fold it in half, not 3 times. There's no tri-fold. And in that way, the hair stays flat and it evenly lightens all together. One thing I'd like to point out here as we're wrapping it up for this front section is that the technique that I'm using is slice, and it's sliced back to back. I am stacking all the foils so that the hair is ultimately all light. There's no contrast, and there's only depth in on the roots, so it's like a deck of cards. We leave out the little tiny fine hairs around the hairline, because it'll work perfect with the depth that's in on the roots. So once you complete this step, we're going to go into the sides.